Well, after a lively debate at the Labour conference in Brighton, Jeremy Corbyn won the support of members to stay neutral on Brexit, while a future Labour government tried to negotiate a new deal. There would then be a referendum within 6 months, giving people the choice between the new deal or remaining in the EU. The conference today voted against a motion which would have committed Labour to back Remain right now, as our political editor Laura Kuenssberg explains.
Can I see all those in favour of Composite 13?
Composite number 13. Lucky for the Labour leader.
Thank you. And all those against?
This is how his supporters showed their strength this afternoon. Arms in the air to defeat a move by pro-European party members to campaign now to stay in the European Union. What had actually just happened?
Sorry, I thought it was one way and Jenny said something else, so...
It is lost, yeah.
Yes, that was lost.
The vote was close, judged only by a show of hands. Some delegates furious, demanding a precise tally that could have been taken.
No, I'm not going back to that. We've had the discussion. That was lost.
But the chants of Jeremy Corbyn ringing out tell you which side won the day. A sigh of relief. This session, at least, is over. A result for the leader's most prominent backer. The plan, stay neutral until after the election and then offer a vote on Leave or Remain.
Of course, emotions will run high, but once the night settles and the morn arrives, I believe people will recognise that there was no stitch-up. Here's a proper union for you.
But the unions, just like the party, split. Those who want Labour to campaign to stop Brexit now won't go away.
So you won't give up? Might you try again somehow?
Well, I didn't give up 2.5 years ago when a referendum wasn't even remotely on the radar. Why will I give up now when I've got most of what I want?
This party's heart is Remain.
Labour is the Remain party. Remain, revolt, reform.
I know young people will hold their vote against us unless we'll tell them we'll campaign to Remain.
I want to see Jeremy Corbyn in number 10, and campaigning to Remain is the way to do it, and the only way to do it. Solidarity.
But this afternoon, before too long, this debate wasn't about Brexit, but a clamour for control.
We stand behind Jeremy Corbyn. Okay, we need to support him, we need to trust him and his team.
We cannot tell Brexit voters that they are stupid and that they are racist.
Back your leader. Support Jeremy.
And this fight's still on. Prominent frontbenchers won't just sit back. There's a simple belief, a simple position to Remain would be more convincing.
I've got a pretty clear idea, I think, of where the members are on this. And therefore, I think it's very likely that the members will want us to campaign for Remain.
Jeremy Corbyn fought off attempts to force him to budge on Brexit by turning this into a loyalty test. His supporters won out. But while today's debate is over, the argument is not even close.
Where are we going now? Yep, OK, let's go.
In this moment, this conference had to choose between pushing to stay in the EU and their party leader. Jeremy Corbyn was their choice.
Thank you very much.
Laura Kuenssberg, BBC News, Brighton.
Well, aside from Brexit, the Shadow Chancellor, John McDonnell, today put forward the party's other pledges if Labour forms a government. And these include reducing average full-time working hours to 32 hours a week. There was a pledge to introduce free personal care for the elderly in England, a policy which already exists in Scotland, and a promise of a new living wage of £10 per hour, up from £8.21. So let's talk to our economics editor, Faisal Islam, who's in Brighton. And Faisal, let's talk a little about this package and how you see it. How radical is it?
Yeah, pretty radical. It's part of a suite of measures designed for Labour to say that they can end in-work poverty in the first term of a Labour government. And this 32-hour week policy in particular, not designed to go down particularly well with the boss class, with businesses, and they haven't really welcomed it with open arms. They point to the example of a similar policy in France, the 35-hour week. The businesses say that this led to employment going down, to wages being frozen and not going up. There's also fears about what this might do to labour-intensive public services like social care and the NHS. But for workers, sounds like a pretty good deal, doesn't it? Less hours for the same pay. And in truth, when you look at how radical it sounds, but you look under the hood of this policy, it isn't quite that. Because actually this 32-hour working week would not be enforced on individual businesses. Instead, they hope to go from where we are now, an average of 37, down to 32. And if we don't, a commission would then say the whole economy would get extra entitlement to holiday pay. So not quite the sort of forced 32-hour working week that we got, that it sounds like, and not quite the policy that did not work in France, but designed to sound radical, designed to send a message, designed to squeeze the currents of the economy, which have not delivered a smaller working week, and to change that and to show a Labour government can do that.
Faisal, once again, thanks very much. Faisal Islam, our economics editor at the Labour conference in Brighton.